fans, and welcome. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Minnesota Twins going up against the Oakland Athletics. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Coming up on the first pitch, our starter in this one, number 38.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Now it's the second baseman, Edouard Julien. The pitch. And that's a little bit high. And this one is off and running. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Langoliers makes the grab. One up, one down. Now the lineup for the Twins as constructed by Rocco Baldelli. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
Here's Byron Buxton. That's inside.
That's
2 outs. Swings and misses. And a count 1-2.
Clearly was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Two out, space is empty. And another ball.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
On the ground, Allen on the run, throw to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Twins retired in short order, and now the Athletics offense gets its first shot here. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here with my pal Siggy, and towing the slab, Pablo Lopez.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Fought off foul. And Pablo Lopez will deliver. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Next up for the A's, Zach Geloff. Right field, down the line, and that one slices foul. Lopez, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, a slurve, a curve, and he works in a sinker. Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2.
2 strikes.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Brent Rooker. First pitch misses.
A lot of pitchers have caught on to how good he is hitting the first pitch. Smart to avoid the zone right there. Looks really sharp at the start of this one. This is how it's going to be today. It's going to be a tough one for this lineup.
2 down, nobody on. In the air, left side. Drifts towards it. He's there. He's got it. And that will end the inning. Scoreless after 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the second. Here's the veteran outfielder, Max Kepler. And a pitch. Line drive. That's a base hit.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
No outs. Runner at first. Here's Carlos Correa. The shortstop takes the ball. Kepler gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Pickoff throw. And he dives back in safely. And the 1-0. In the air, center field. He's under it. Puts it away for the out.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Carlos Santana.
And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Ball one there.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Fouled off. He was late.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
And he deals. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. No score here in the second. And it drops in. Lead runner around second. Throw comes in quickly. Holds that go-ahead run at third. And there's still 1 away.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but He did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Number 38 won't go any further, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. So a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, number 69. Looks like we've got a substitution at first. On a pinch run, Willie Castro. Now the left fielder, Matt Wallner. Base hit center field. And they'll score first. It's 1-0. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only one away.
Back-to-back base hits. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
One down. Ryan Jeffers at the plate. And a foul ball.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation, maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
That to right. Brown under it. He makes the grab. Runner tagging from third. He'll score on the sac fly. It's 2-0.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
Here's Alex Kirilloff. Kirilloff measures 6 feet 2 inches, 26 years old, and he's usually a first baseman, but today he's the designated hitter. And that's in for a strike.
Some people say that first basemen kind of have the day off regularly because they don't run around a whole lot. But when you think about it, they are involved in just about every single play, and there's a lot of stress that gets put on their legs. So a well-deserved day at the DH spot for him.
2 outs. That one to first. Boots it. But they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. downtown Atlanta. Welcome to Truist Park. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Milwaukee Brewers going up against the Atlanta Braves. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. So almost ready to get underway. And our starting pitcher here today, Spencer Strider. What should we keep an eye on here?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
All right, ready to go here. Up now for Milwaukee, Christian Yelich. The pitch. That one finds the zone, and we're underway.
First pitch, 106.
And ball one.
One ball, one strike.
Top of the zone for a called strike.
Out there on the mound, he's setting the tone early with the fastball, 98 miles per hour up on the scoreboard.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
And now it's William Contreras. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Grounder might be two. There's one. On to Olsen. That's two.
Sometimes double plays get turned so quickly that you don't really get to appreciate all of the finer details and how these guys execute them. Right there, really nice footwork, and a good feed to second was the key to pulling it off.
Sal Frelick up now for the Brewers. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Two out, space is empty. So 2 balls and no strikes.
2-0.
Bottom of the zone and a called strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And strike two.
Good fastball going early until they show they can make some good contact. You keep on throwing the pitch.
Back foot slider struck him out. On to the bottom of the first. No score. Back here in Atlanta. And on the hill, Freddie Peralta. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Four-pitch guy, he's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate now. That's ball one. Acuna in 2023 with about as impressive a power-speed combination season as we have ever seen. Swing and a miss. The Braves always liked Acuna, but consider for a second he was signed for $100,000 in 2014 out of Venezuela. So they liked him, but he wasn't some monster prospect. He ended up growing into one of the top young prospects in all of baseball. Bounced up the middle. Terang. To first. One gone, bottom half of the first. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and a guy is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
One out, base is empty. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
1 and 2.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Gets the out. 2 down after the strikeout. Here's Austin Riley. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Right through there for a strike. And now the 0-1. Up the middle, and that one finds its way through. And that extends the inning.
Batting fourth.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield, and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Runner at first with 2 away. Matt Olson next up for the Braves. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. And another ball.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Pulls that one foul. Two outs. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
They can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Righty to the plate. And a foul ball. He stays alive. And a pitch. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Out number 3. One left for Atlanta. We played an inning. No score. And we're back. And now, Rhys Hoskins.
He's a big, strong guy. Can untie this game with one swing.
Strider back to work. Lifted in the air, right center field. Acuna there. Makes the grab, 1 away. Willie Adames stands in. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Check swing, no appeal.
1-0.
And that is ball 1. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Next is the designated hitter, Garrett Mitchell.
No ball. 1
That
strike.
was straight queso right there.
0-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Houston Astros and the Los Angeles Angels. First pitch coming your way next. Just about set. Starting on the mound in this one, Reed Detmers.
When it comes to hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working. But if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
And stepping in for the Astros, Jose Altuve. As the lefty gets to work. Line drive, caught. Now we check out the Astros lineup. And the key to victory for them here, get their starter some run support early.
Boog, if they can get him that run support early, it's likely the other team folds because they know how dominant he can be once he gets settled in. So put pressure on that other team right away. Jump out to a lead early, and a few runs is going to feel like 30.
Now it's Alex Bregman. And the slider just misses. Swings and lines a base hit into left field. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Tried to get inside on him, but he was ready for it. Just kept his hands in and turned on the pitch. Quick bat through the zone.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. So next up for Houston, Yordan Alvarez. He's got the power. Bregman runs. That one pulled foul. In the air, right field. He's under it. And there's 2 down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Jose Abreu up to hit. Detmers, 24 years old, a former first-round pick in 2020. There's a strike. With the go-ahead run at first, and we're just getting started here in the top of the first. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Bregman around second, headed for third. Coming home. The relay. And he's out. Up, down, and that ends the inning.
Always exciting to see a play at the plate. Trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time. And they cut down the run to end the inning.
Back here at Angel Stadium. And today's starting pitcher, Framber Valdez.
Very solid starters, able to repeat his mechanics on a consistent basis, which allows him to move through a lineup and get deep into a ball game.
Here's the second baseman, Luis Rengifo. The wind of the pitch. And there's a ball. Wormburner into the outfield for a knock. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
He was all over that one. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
Here's Trout. First pitch just misses. Kicks and deals. Line and a base hit into right. Rowe holds him at second, but the go-ahead run now in scoring position, and still nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Fastball off the plate a little bit, but a really nice job of going with it. Punched it to the opposite field for that knock.
Brandon Drury to the plate. Pitch misses. Ball 1. Singy, maybe some nerves getting the best of him in the first.
Well, it's hard to know exactly if it's nerves or not, but he just doesn't have it right now. Those hitters on the other side, they're going to say it's nerves and use that as a competitive edge to try to jump on him even more.
Swings and misses. Strike 1. First and second here, no outs. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. And the pitch. Double play ball to second. There's 1, and that's 2.
Well, that's what you hope for if you're out there on the mound. First and second, nobody out. Somehow get a ground ball. He got it right there. Nice double play by the infield.
Taylor Ward, the next to hit for the Angels. And the first offering is not close. No score yet, but a runner at third with 2 away. Two outs. Popped Tipped in the air, left side. Diaz moving under it. Makes the catch, inning over. Angels leave one. Scoreless after one. Welcome back, and we've got a new arm on the mound to start the second. Adam Simber.
Number 90.
Here's Kyle Tucker.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Now the right-hander ready to go. Still no score. And that one fouled off. Late on that fastball. Movement in the bullpen. Matt Moore getting loose out there. Hard liner. And there's one down. And here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. That clips the zone. That's strike one.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play. Everything came together perfectly for him right there. You often hear the phrase, short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
One down, runner at first. Next to hit, Chas McCormick. And the right-hander deals. Out there to center. Sizes this one up. Drops into the glove. So digging in, Jeremy Pena.
The shortstop.
He has consistently been one of the best in the sport against lefties, and yet the righties give him trouble. You know, you don't want to be labeled as that guy, but the numbers say what they say.
Oh, he's a good player, but if he wants to be great, he's going to have to figure it out against right-handed pitchers. There's so many right-handers in the game that you're going to see them one after another. So you would imagine with that many looks, Boog, that the adjustment's got to be coming soon.
Swing and a miss, and that is that. Glad you're with us. We've got a perfect day for baseball. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Washington Nationals. First pitch coming your way next. So just about set now.